What's going on, pop culture fam? It's your boy Jay Rue, and
Kungfu.
we back at it again with another episode for season 2. And today, your boys are gonna be talking about the God of Mischief himself, Mister
hmm
Loki.
That's right, baby. Eating
And it
pie.
is and it is fitting for one of us to be eating pie.
hmm
Although, to be accurate, it should have been key lime pie, but Daniel
Nope.
he only likes pumpkin pie, the
Yep.
worst pie of them all.
It is what it is. I do not like key lime pie, so I'm gonna enjoy this pie.
Do you like any other pies?
Actually, no,
So just pumpkin.
just pumpkin.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't like pies like that. I never have. Just
Yeah,
pumpkin.
that's interesting.
Yeah,
Eh.
but you know what's real interesting is that um I don't like apple pie, but my grandmother used to make apple pie with the actual like the way I guess you're supposed to make it with the actual crust on top.
Mm-hmm.
With like they put zigzag or whatever. I just want the crust. Like I don't want the apples.
Yeah.
I just want that sweet crust that's on top of it kind of deal.
Oh
Or
man.
or even like what's funny is like my mom used to get lemon meringue pies custom
Mm-hmm.
made from a bakery.
Mm-hmm.
All I wanted was the toppings.
Oh,
You
just the
know,
whipped cream topping.
just the kind of like they when they cook it, it browns a little bit
Oh yeah,
on
and not
top.
the meringue topping, not whipped cream. I don't know what I was
Yeah,
thinking. The
yeah, the
meringue.
meringue topping. Yeah, when they cook it, it kind of browns a little bit, kind of deal.
Wait,
It, it, it's, the, it's
do you? I thought you don't like eggs.
no. Well, I don't eat eggs like that. No, but just the topping I would eat. But
But
I don't like eggs.
you know meringue
It's
it
made out of eggs. It's
is
real
egg
eggs.
whites. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah.
That's
So
too funny.
hey, it is what it is. I know people that
Dude,
literally hate onions but love onion rings.
oh, that's true. That's true. I like onions, but I'm not a like, I'm not really one for eating them raw outside of like pico de gallo, and that's about it.
Yeah, see exactly. Yeah, see. So
Yeah, there's some
everyone has
people that be like, they be chopping onions and start eating. Nah, that's,
or people eat onion like an apple, bite into it. Like no, bro, no.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
no, it's not fun.
that's not, no, not at all. So, but we
Yeah,
digress and get back into the pie.
well, there's always time for pie.
Oh, wait, time for pie.
Always time for pie. So we are 4 episodes down as we're recording today. Episode 4 has dropped. So if you haven't seen 4, you may want to skip towards, maybe want to skip the end and then, maybe watch it and then come back, or just watch it and then watch the whole show, whichever one works.
Right?
Or if you're waiting till the whole season drops, because we have 8 episodes or 6.
It's 6.
6, so we only have 2 more left.
Yep.
Wow, this is that. To me, I would think that this would have been the one show that should have been drawn out for
Yeah.
Marvel. I think we're going to start there because I think they want. I know, like the whole thing with like Kevin Feige and like Bob Iger is all like, we need to have quality over quantity,
hmm
but I don't think that they've really mastered the fact that like with TV, like 6 episodes is really hard to do unless it's like a concise made for TV type movie where
Yeah.
it's broken up into 6 parts, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it, you know, they did it in 2 movies that were made for TV. There's no way they could have done it. And they probably could have done it in a series format, but again, it would have been like 12 episodes
Yeah.
to really get the story across. So I think, the fact that I think that that's the motto going forward, and the fact that they're actually starting to use like actual TV directors that have that craft down going forward, rather than like, motion picture directors
Exactly. Yeah.
that are, in a much different long format than TV. But yeah, I think to me, I just don't know. I don't know how, like, To
But,
if the rumors are true that it leads into Deadpool 3, if that's the rumor. I mean, that's one of the rumors, right? Let's just
yeah.
say that. That's one of the rumors. That it's going to lead into Deadpool 3. Like, how are they going to really do that in 2 episodes? Other than just like, here's how we got here, but then it means nothing.
Exactly. Like I'm on the belief that it's all TV shows like this should be 8 episodes. It really should be 8, just like I was for Ahsoka.
Minimum.
Minimum 8.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, they're going to have to do some quick shortcuts or some. Hey, this is how we got here within like 2-3 seconds. No, one line could either answer a question or say, "Hey, how did we get here? We did this. Okay, cool. Let's keep moving on."
Yeah.
Like and one thing that actually so offline, me and Joseph talked about this, uh, is that these oh shit, lost my train of thought about
Oh, they're telling you
uh
instead of showing you.
yes. So a lot of these shows, including Marvel, Disney, Star Wars, any shows that has this 6 to 8 episode, a lot of times, especially if you're new into the IP, you don't know a lot of times what the hell's going on, or how did we get from A to Z? Like, what happened? These
Mm-hmm.
shows need to do a lot better on the hand holding or making certain things clear of why certain things are happening. Instead of us, I get you want it's for us to figure it out, but at the same time too, if you're new to Loki or new to Star Wars, and you want to know, hey, why did I know about this, but why did they do this if this does this? That makes zero sense. Then all of a sudden you guys like go online, look at videos, read more about it, or backwatch this. Like a lot of these shows are not doing that, which I get. They want to continue to push the story along, but at some point you have to kind of like give the audience time to catch up, especially if you know that this is going to bring in new audience in. When it comes to Loki, um, everyone knows, of course, about the MCU and who Loki is. So at this point, a lot of things that's being talked about in this show, that hey, why did this happen, or what did affect this? Something needs to be explained. It's small stuff like that that needs to be more clarified on level. But I say across all shows, especially on Disney Plus, Marvel or Star Wars, it don't matter. It just
Yeah.
needs to happen. It just really does.
I think I agree with that. Maybe halfway agree with that because I do feel like there's. Um, I'm the type of viewer that likes to be shown more than told,
Hmm.
right? Like, I don't like, for instance, with Andor. Like, Andor was 8 episodes, right?
Yeah,
Probably, and it's probably arguably probably the best Star Wars Disney Plus series. I mean,
yeah,
it's up there with like Mando season 1, season 2,
yeah,
um, Ahsoka for sure. Just on a acting and quality of direction and cinematography and story, but they did a lot of showing and not telling in that series.
yeah,
With the fact that like, why is Stellan Skarsgård? What's his deal? And then at the end of the episode when he's leaving the planet, they show you him getting ready as he lands back on Coruscant to be this posh, like, oh, I'm so aristocratic, like higher level arts dealer, right?
yeah.
This facade that he comes about versus they could have just cut to that and then they show him and you're like, oh wait, is he this or is he that or is he both? Is he a double? You know what I mean? There's no guessing,
Yeah.
right? But then at the same time, where I agree and where I disagree, but I agree at the same time. If that makes any sense, when you do have a new audience, there's a little bit of that hand holding that needs to come along as well too. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like you can't be so broad on it to where you lose the audience that's been with you since Iron Man.
Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? And that's the hard balance. And
Yeah.
I think that's where they're falling behind when it comes to 6 episodes. Because you
Yes.
can't do it all in 6 episodes. You can't
Is
to me,
exactly
you can't really tell a
proper story.
wide a wide scope story that is Loki in 6 episodes.
Yes. Especially this season.
Yeah,
Especially this season.
yeah.
So
So far,
yeah.
right? I mean, we don't know what the next 2 episodes are going to be like, but it could be like, oh yeah, they could have done this, and it could have been a better job in the first couple of episodes if they're only going to do 6, and it's this reason why X Y Z.
Yeah.
But again, we don't know that yet. But so far, so good. I'm loving it. It's
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's awesome.
Yeah. One thing that I'm loving from the beginning. Like I'm the same thing too. I love it from the beginning. Everything that is kind of not just leading up to. You see the you're seeing the evolution, not just of Loki. You've seen the evolution of um, Morbius.
Yeah,
You've seen the evolution of their friendship. You've seen you start to see people finally um,
grow.
grow this just like just mentally and their everything about them. They're definitely just um, was it what's the girl name? Was it B15
Yeah,
or
B5, B15.
B5 B15? Yeah, like her being this hard ass to
Yeah,
now she's so sentimental. She cares so
yeah,
much now about everyone. Season one, she was programmed to like not. To, she's technically military,
yeah,
and she's groomed to, hey, we got to take out the bad guy. But this season you can see how much she grows, how much like she cares about people, and she don't want nobody to get hurt. She just wants people to survive and live a good life and stuff like that. Like just the whole even female Loki, the way she is,
Sylvie. Yeah,
Sylvie, yeah, and the way she's gone about from season one to being this hard ass to now you could tell she's slowly coming over, but she's real guarded because she's been
yeah,
hurt so many times. She's just very, very guarded.
yeah.
And it's just so much that I love about it. And then what's great about it is too, is that they are so if you remember when they first years ago doing San Diego Comic Con when they first announced the TV shows, was that what 6 7 years? No, when they first announced them, was it 5 years ago when they first announced them?
Yeah,
Maybe
something like that. Yeah,
5 years
6
ago.
years ago.
At least 5 or 6 years ago, and the show also happened 2 years after that, 2 or 3 years after that. One thing Kevin Feige said on stage, I don't know if you remember, he said that we want to take certain these characters and continue to grow and show them more about these characters, these side characters that people know. Like, hey, what about this person? Okay, cool. We're gonna show them more of them about
Yeah,
their life. Wanda, Falcon, Bucky, Loki. All these characters. Hawkeye. Like, it's like no one cares about Hawkeye. Like, okay, Wanda's popular, but do we really see a backstory for Wanda? Do you like, oh shit, that was a, that was a, that was a, yeah, I care now more about her, or seeing Sam go through what he went through, being a black man in the world of superheroes and going back home, and he still can't get alone because,
yeah,
yeah, I can save the world, but sorry, you got bad credit. We can't help you, buddy. Like, really? Like,
yeah,
shit like that. Like the people lies. Bucky still going through mental drama, mental issues, and that kind of deal. So you see what they're going through because these characters mean something, and now they're showing the world, hey, this is what they're all about, and they're finally getting back to that with this show with Loki, because you see how Loki is totally like he's just this. He's still a god, yes, but he's also very, um, let's say not sentimental. He 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 gets what's going on. Like when, for sure enough, the episode two, eating pie, when Loki and Morbius is talking, he was like, Morbius, everyone has a bad day. You remember that time when I took what's it? I took over trying to take over New York.
Yeah.
I took I threw Tony Stark over a building, blah blah blah, and this happened. I was having a bad day. I was having a bad day. People have them. That shit's up. That to me, that's like shit like that's funny because now when you go back and watch it, you're like, Loki, you're a good guy underneath. You just having a bad day. That just happens, Loki. I mean, get
You
it.
you killed thousands of people, but it was a bad day.
I just had a bad day. I kill these people, trying to kill the Avengers, trying to kill my brother, and I threw Tony off the end. It's just, man, I think shit just happened, bro. Shit, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had a bad day. I wasn't thinking right. That see stuff like that. And he's self-aware, and he's just trying to be a better person. He's trying to get do what's right. But the best part is, he's taking that evil side, but he's using it kind of for good. But he's using it to help other people.
Hmm.
That kind of like evil, villainous, mischief type stuff. He's using that, but he's using it to his advantage for good, not for evil. Which is that's evolution for Loki. He's definitely someone that's like, yeah, I miss this guy. I miss seeing this guy do his stuff. Like even when he tries to just mess with people, trying to get them to speak, whatever, and it works, stuff like that. So, like this show is just amazing on that level. And I think for me, on top of it, not just about the show itself, the score, the music to the show, to me amplifies how I guess important certain scenes are, or when certain things happen. What's that? Natalie, who's that? Who actually does the score?
Yeah.
Like the music, I think Natalie Holt, that's her name. It's like every time a big scene happens on the show, you could tell how just with the music alone, the score, like okay, this like I feel like this is something big or something's gonna happen or like just something mysterious. The music is amplifying what the show is all about and what the storyline is. It's like a perfect match. So I'm just loving it on every aspect of it and just seeing everything play out. It's just amazing to me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I think with the first episode, I was kind of meh about. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't like it was kind of like I kind of see where some of the um, the early reviews and things like that were kind of talking about. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it, I get it. But
Yeah,
then episode two came around. I was like, yeah, I don't see what these other people are seeing. Like some of the complaints have been like the story's not that great, or the acting, and it's not doing more. It could be this, and I'm thinking about stuff. What more can you
yeah. What
want
more you want?
from this show? Like at this point, like I think that some of these people that are reviewing these shows are like wanting like high art fucking Martin Scorsese type level production of a show, and I'm not saying that it can't be like that, but at the same time it's like
You
these
have
are
to
made
just
up characters in a made up world dealing with a made up fucking problem that's not real. Like I don't see how you want whatever is going on in their world to relate to you. Rather, why don't you find something in the character that makes it relatable to you versus like what's going on
yeah,
in the story?
yeah.
Because that to me is just like it was the same thing about some of the stuff that people were saying about Ahsoka, and I'm just like, I just don't understand like where these people are coming from. Like, you know, I get it. I get there's inconsistencies, like, you know, um, especially like in Ahsoka, like, whoa, how could Sabine like learn how to force push in like 30 seconds? Well, wait a minute, you guys were like okay with Ray learning how to use the Force in like one fucking movie, and at least she's been training for 10 years. Like, give her that. Like, you know, like she might have been not been able to move a fucking lightsaber or push a cup in the first 5 episodes of this series, but she's been training for 10 years to learn how to use a lightsaber and Jedi training. So, yeah, maybe whenever she connected to the Force, that's all she needed. Maybe that's what people just need to understand, that that's where they want to go with when it comes to being able to use the Force. Like, it talks back to you. So, of course, there's probably going to be some innate, like, foolery going around, like wizardry going with that. So, but going back to Loki, it's just like, I just don't understand. Like, you knew what you were signing up for. Like, it's a time travel show.
Yeah.
You know, based with somebody that could, if they wanted to be extremely evil, really pull some fuckery with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's the opposite of what's going on. But I will say that there are some characters that are just getting on my fucking nerves. Like Miss Minutes has got to go, bro. I think she's got to go.
Bro,
I like her as a character, and I can understand like where she fits in the narrative. But man, I don't know. To me, she's just getting annoying. Her and Renslayer. I think if I'm gonna say anything when it comes to the writing of this show, I will say that those two are probably the poorly developed characters. Like, you know, to me, like at the beginning of this, you know, at the end of episode 3 and the beginning of episode 4, like to me, like that wasn't like a what, you were there during the multiversal war and he wiped your mind, what? Like that to me, like I really didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
You know, versus Homeboy getting like wiped out as soon as a fucking door opens at the end of the 4th episode. Like I was like, whoa, what is going? But I caught myself. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. This is all supposed to happen in some sort of way, and we're gonna find out during next week's episode. So, but you know that would be my only really takeaways. Just like Miss Minutes and
Renslayer. Yeah,
Renslayer. Just if she's not gone, I'm gonna be pissed because she needs to go. Unless they do a better job in these next 2 episodes of fleshing out her character. But I would say that that's probably really my only letdown. I mean, Loki is just, Tom Hiddleston is still just top notch. Luke Wilson is still, it's not Luke Wilson. Owen Wilson is still top notch as Morbius. The chick that plays B-15, fantastic. I really didn't care for Brad in season 1. To me, he was kind of like one of those just annoying like sideline characters.
But like to me now, dude, but now he's cool now. Like that's another character. Like just
maybe not cool. I wouldn't say cool, but very sympathetic. I feel sorry for him.
Oh yeah, I think he's pretty. So like, okay, Renslayer's that bitch gotta go. That bitch get on my nerves. Like whatever. The whole Miss Minutes thing, I don't mind her, but episode 3, which was pretty dark, when she started to admit about her feelings toward Victor. And she put her face on that mannequin, and I was like, "Oh shit, bitch! Like, what's this? Some Ex Machina shit going on around this?
I want to be a real boy."
I was like, this, like, bitch, you crazy? Like, what is going on around here?
Yeah,
that was pretty. I was like, okay, like this is getting some dark shit. This is insane.
It got dark, but it got predictable. Like, you know what I mean? It's like every AI's like fucking fantasy in every movie is like, I want to be real. You know what I mean? Like
pretty much.
You know, versus, you know, do something that you're not expecting with AI. I think that's where I can kind of agree on the poorly written aspect of the show. Is like, it's an AI and artificial intelligence. It's just like any fucking Terminator movie you ever see. It becomes self-aware, and then it's just, you know, hates humanity and wants to just fucking destroy it. Except
Pretty
maybe do
much.
something different. Maybe she just she's tired of housing secrets,
Yeah.
and she's like, you know what, I'm just gonna let them all out. Versus like, I want to be real and you're gonna be mine. Like, I don't know.
Like, bitch, you crazy. Like, bitch, you crazy.
Like I've seen this movie before, and I've seen
Right.
a better movie of it.
Right. And then, yeah, those are probably the only two. Everyone else is pretty legit.
Yeah,
Um, even Jonathan Majors in the initial beginning. Oh, so I get the time period of him, the way he talked and the way he acting, whatever. He was somewhat annoying in
yeah,
episode 3, but this week's episode 4, okay, I get it. Like he's just wants to know about this new world that he's in now, kind of deal. He's like, hot cocoa, hot machine, hot cocoa machine, like hot
what
cocoa.
is this? What is this hot cocoa machine? Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. At first, I was like, this is for sure a variant and not He Who Remains. But at the same time, He
but
Who Remains was fucking kooky as hell.
yeah, and remember what he in episode 3, what he told Sylvie. I'm not the person who you think. I'm not the person who you think I am.
Yeah,
When he was begging for his life, and she was saying, "Yeah, like He Remains was confident, or whatever. This guy, I could tell he was just weak. Like it's not the same guy. Yeah, like he knows. Like, hey, I'm not whoever you guys are dealing with. I'm not him. I'm a
yeah,
totally different person. Like that kind of deal. And so, and that was kind of cool to see because they kind of went that kind of thing hard back to like season 1 of other characters kind of showing their sympathy and that kind of deal. I've noticed
yeah,
like in if you compare season 1 to season 2 Loki, it's like it's like opposites of each other. Where first you had Loki be this guy that was trying to take down the TVA. Now he wants to save the TVA. You have Morbius, who was all about the what the TVA is about, but like now you could tell he's kind of like not very very slowly having like this. No, not a mental issue, but more like he's not even self-aware. I guess more like an attitude on certain things, or he's kind of like he's slowly questioning why want to see my variant, why want to see myself, why want to do this. Like you could tell like
yeah,
people are changing for the good and for the bad between
yeah,
season 1 and season 2. You could literally see that, and it's pretty great to see because this is the evolution of the character growing and so on. But I know one thing, our boy, oh my god, he's every time he come on screen, his one-liners are killing me right now. Your boy Obi,
dude, he to
bro,
me is
he's
like
killing
one
it.
of the standout characters of this show. Like when they said that, like, oh, he's gonna be in the show, and I'm just like, I like him, and I think he's riding on the high of Everything Everywhere All at Once, and
Mhm.
winning the Oscar for that movie. And I was like, man, I just don't want it to be like he's in it because of that. But man, is he fucking killing that role. Like he's doing awesome, dude. Like, oh, like
Yeah,
he's easily like one of my like favorite characters like in this series.
yes.
Like he's really good. Really, really good.
And it's so funny every time either someone meets him. Oh my god! Like, did you write this book? When your boy was it? Homeboy's like, can you sign my book? Sure, I signed it. Or
Only if you
when
sign mine.
yeah, yeah. Oh my god! When they fanned out him and Victor Timely, oh my god, your equations, my equations are your equations, which is your equations is my equations.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god! I'm seeing like John laugh. I'm like, this is hilarious. And Sylvia's like, can we get on with this bullshit? Like, what the hell?
No, can we get back to this? Come on now.
Yeah.
Maybe sign later. Sign later. Yeah.
Switch books and yeah, I love your drawing. But wait, do you know what this means? Oh no, do you know what this? Oh my god, it was so funny. And
yeah, Obi, Ouroboros, dude, he's killing it. Like,
and then it was really funny when during episode 2, when Loki went back to talk to him, and then you realize Loki was the one to give him the name Obi, and then he's like, hey, can you build this? I think I could build it. Future time. Hold on, I think I did build it. I was right here. I did build it.
Yeah.
That was cool TV right there. Him talking to the past version of himself, and then Owen talking to the future version of the same guy. That was so funny. Like,
dude, at first when with the trailer, right, and they were showing him do that, he's like time slipping. I was like, oh shit, that's cool. And then I was thinking, was like, well, maybe he's not time slipping per se. Like, he's going in and out of different universes, and I kind of really thought that that's where they were going with it.
Yeah, not the past.
On episode 1, but not like going to the past and into the future and then back to the present. Like that, I was like, oh shit, and they threw me for a bone, dude. Like, I was really trying to figure out who the fuck pruned his ass.
I figured out. I figured out right when episode 4 started. I knew because I was like, hold on, I know who did it. I knew when episode 4 started. That's the one thing I was like, who the hell pruned him? And then I was like, yep, it had to be Loki, because the way episode was going, then it showed Tom Wilson with the device of like, yep, he went back. He went back in the past, which was technically now the new Loki's future, or some shit like that, whatever.
No, yeah, he jumped to the future.
Yeah.
And it was when the ring was collapsing. Yeah. And that's when Sylvie's like, "Oh, there you are," and then he gets fucking pruned. But it was his past self being pruned, so that he could get pulled out of the time stream. Yeah, dude. I mean, like, all that stuff is cleverly written for sure, and it's really working. Like I said, we were talking about with episode 3, how it was, to me, the way I look at it, and just coming from like a nerdy science background, that it's not technically it's not a Nexus event. You think it's a Nexus event.
Yes.
I think it's just King Prime's way of creating a paradox, so that even though if he does get killed either a certain way or another way, he's still always going to come back, because technically that book should never exist. Yeah. Well, not that it should never exist. It shouldn't exist.
It should be in that time period.
Exactly.
It shouldn't exist in that time period. Yeah.
So it creates a loop, a time loop.
So, yeah. So, like I said, I think it's a Nexus event because of when she gave him that book, that created a whole new alternate timeline off the shit. Was it? It said shared branch, shared line, or something.
Mm-hmm.
What they called it. Yes. So that's how I see it, as an actual Nexus event on that portion of it.
Yeah, but I could be wrong, because obviously I haven't seen. Look, I probably should have rewatched season 1 just before season 2. But I thought that the way that they created a Nexus event was like, you come to the fork in the road and you're supposed to go right, but then you decide to go left, and that creates like a new timeline. But not because an object makes you go left.
Or something affects your future.
Yeah.
Or something affects your future. Because, hold on, I'm trying to remember. Wasn't the Nexus events, wasn't that in a different show as well? Or it was only Loki?
I think just Loki.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was picked up by the TVA because he was a variant.
Yeah. Because
of him escaping the Avengers with the cube.
Yeah. So, okay. I just want to make sure, because all these shows. But yeah, overall. And
Sylvie's the Nexus event. That's why she's a variant.
Yes. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised, which they might not even go this route, if they actually make Miss Minutes a human. A human.
God, I hope not.
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised if something happens to where she ends up being a human, some kind of way. She ends up into a human body. So we'll see.
God, I hope not. Like, no. Like,
We'll
that
see.
bitch better not show up as a goddamn sentinel for some fucking reason.
Oh
Or, like,
boy.
Nimrod, or, damn, what's the name of the female sentinel? Can't remember her name. But then that would have to do with the X-Men, and, like, we're not even there yet, so.
Right.
God, I hope not, dude. Like, I like Miss Minutes. But there's a reason why she's used sparingly, like, in the comic books. Like, and not for like lack of like horrible writing, but you know it's an AI. Like what else can you do? They've already done the you know the 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 Terminator in Marvel Comics with Ultron. So it's like
Pretty much.
what more can you do? So yeah. So okay, what do you
So
think's gonna happen next episode?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to because as we saw, a possible explosion. Well, an explosion did happen, and it looks like it's going to take everyone out, everyone involved. Um,
But where do you think that they end up at?
I would say technically, wouldn't they end up at the end of time? Because isn't that where when during episode the first season, didn't they get pruned or something? Or something happened where they got sit at the end of time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like that's the other thing too is like they're saying that he who remains is at the end of time, but time is
Well, he's dead.
everlasting.
Well, but he's dead though.
No, yeah, no, I know, but like time is everlasting. So how can you be at the end if it never ends? Unless he just calls it that, we're at the end of time. There's nothing left. We're just there, Then I could
And,
understand, but I don't
and
know. You know what I
well,
would like to see?
that's always his. And that's like kind of his thing. Like you remember when they actually go to where they actually have the explosion on the actual wall where the door is. It says um, some always time or
Yeah.
always kind of deal. So, but oh, have you been noticing? Okay, well, I'll let you go ahead and say because honestly, I don't know where they will go with this. I have no
You know
idea.
what I would like to see? The beginning of next episode.
What?
Loki's in Valhalla, and he goes to talk to Odin, and Odin drops some knowledge on him on how he can get back to change something, so that the coil doesn't unravel or whatever. I'd like to see Anthony Hopkins. That's it. Maybe that's just it.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if something happens where they end up maybe somewhere back in season one, like in the somewhere in one of the behind the scenes or whatever, and like, hey, this is happening. We should stop this from happening to affect this to go back to stop
Yeah.
this. Something like that's going to happen.
What if
Because
he opens his eyes up and he's back in the office with He Who Remains?
no, what if he
Like with Sylvie, and he's like, "No, we can't kill him. We can't kill." What if they say we can't kill him?
We can't kill the one,
but we can trap him, and that's how he ends up in the fucking microverse in Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
I can see that. Okay, that I could see where those two get sent back to at that moment, and they realize we can't kill this guy because we know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I still think that this Loki is season 1 and 2 are a prequel to Quantumania. I still firmly fucking believe that because I think maybe that's where he might get his scars from on his face.
I can see that.
because he's got the tech. It's like he's not like it's not like he doesn't have the tech, and his crazy ass getup that he wears is not all that different from what he wears in Quantumania.
Yeah, and it's just cloth and robe.
Yeah, but I'm
Oh,
interested to see how Victor Timely reacts. I mean, obviously, he gets turned into ribbons, bro. I was like, whoa.
yes.
But what was weird was that he did not act all fucking nimbly bimbly suspicious when it was OB that was like a partnership.
Oh yeah.
Because remember, like Renslayer, she was like, "We can be partners," and he was like, "Nope," and he dropped her
Oh
ass in
yeah,
the boat.
bro. Every time someone says be partners, nah,
Yeah,
bitch. I'm gonna get rid of you.
yeah. So I'm interested to see like why he didn't feel that way, at that time, or there's more to it than what we know.
I
I'm
think
either
maybe.
thinking there's one or two things are going to happen this next episode. Either I'm hoping that somehow Loki either winds up in Valhalla, talks to Odin. Odin's like, "Oh, I'll send you back." Poof, uses the Bifrost or some fucking, again, tell me, show me, don't tell me. But they're probably just going to tell me,
Yeah.
and winds up back at He Who Remains, and then they lock his ass up and they throw him in the microverse, and that's how we get Quantumania. Or we can get Victor Timely being erased. He winds up back at the end of time, and he's like, here's what's going to happen. Like, I'm you, you're me, this is who we become, and the only way we can keep this going is we have this fucking loop paradox.
Yeah.
So are you either in or you out? You know what I mean? Kind of deal. I don't
I
know,
got
man.
you.
I don't know, dude.
And
This
and we
show's
can't
good though. I will say that for sure.
and we can't and they can't use a time stone, so they can't reverse time.
Well, they got a shitload of them there.
But
Remember in season 1 that guy had like opened up his drawer and he had like 37 fucking Infinity Stones.
and
He's
he
like,
said
"Oh, they don't work here."
it didn't work exactly. So yeah, so you can't use a time stone to reverse time.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm really interested to see how this is gonna go.
Here's what I'm interested in. I want them to show the past lives of certain people at the TVA. I want to know what was Morbius like.
Yeah,
What I want to know. I feel because I really feel every character that we see now, their original version is a different version of them. Like I fully believe Morbius was that sleazy car salesman type of guy that's like willing to do anything for a buck kind of deal to whatever. I feel like he's that kind of guy
yeah.
before he got.
I
You know,
kind of hope they don't say anything about Morbius. Like, I think like
I,
the fact that he's like, "No,
they
I'm
keep
good
they keep talking
without
about it.
knowing." You know
Yeah,
what I
but
mean?
they keep talking about it, so it means at some point he's gonna want to know.
He's probably
They keep,
already knows. He was probably one of the first dudes to like be like, "Oh shit, I had a past life. Let me go."
yeah. Well, remember they wiped his mind, so and everyone's minds got wiped.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like after it all, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they time travel, so it's like they open up a door, they come back, and that door can be like a few seconds before whatever. So
So
I don't know,
so
man. Like
so
I
so
kind of like the fact that like Mobius is like, no, I know, I probably did have a life. It probably was a good life, or maybe it was a bad life. But you know what? This is the life I live right now, and I really don't want to know what that other life is.
so
I like that. I
so
like that.
so you think kind of like what Homeboy was? Morbius he went back in time to his own timeline to see himself. He saw it and like, okay, cool. I know I don't need to go back ever again. I'm good.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of deal. But hey, I ain't gonna lie. Homeboy was a little aggravating too, but
Oh, you talking about Brad?
yeah, fucking Brad.
I
Oh
want to
my
get back to
god,
my acting.
bro, did you notice that your boy from Eternals? the actor, could be the actor. He was his own grandfather. The mill,
Oh yeah.
his poster was out there.
Yeah.
His poster was on the side of the wall. Was actually inside the wall on the alley.
Yeah. I did see that. I was like, oh, that's cool. They got
Yeah,
Kango in there.
yeah. He's been around for a long time. So yeah, so that was pretty cool on that portion. And seeing the whole trickster act, being that Chicago back in that time,
Oh yeah.
the whole the 3 card trick and that kind of that was pretty cool. Because actually I actually didn't realize which one is the real Loki,
Yeah.
like little street games.
Dude, you know what was funny too was also Victor Timing. He's like, "Sir, I am from Chicago, and I don't trust anybody." Dude,
Right.
part of me feels like Jonathan Majors is like trying to do like a version of Denzel Washington for some reason,
That's funny.
like
That's funny.
like a cross between Frederick Douglass and
Pretty much.
and Denzel Washington. Like, he's got those like, I
Yes.
don't trust you.
And look, what was funny was this fool here. She's like, so where's your stuff? Across the river in what was it? They said in Milwaukee.
In Milwaukee.
This cheaper taxes, whatever kind of deal. So he had all this shit. He lived across the river because it was cheaper. Even back then, motherfuckers were broke.
Hell yeah.
He's
Hell yeah. When you're a fucking inventor, dude, your ass is broke.
Hell yeah. He said, I don't live in the city.
I'm thinking to myself, no, I know this man did not just sell that thing for $1,000. Like, I know $1,000 was a lot of money back then, but like,
he was a con man.
I know. I figured it out. I figured it out after that.
Yeah,
but then I was like, no, I figured it out when he's like, hey, you sold me these fucking pants and I'm not tall.
No, Loki called him something. He called him a not a con man, a con something. Whatever. So like, yeah, that's all he is.
Yeah.
A goddamn con man, just taking money from people for his cheap ideas and broke ass shit. It's like that's all you want, a con man. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
well,
overall, I'm excited for the last 2 episodes. I don't know how it's going to end.
I really don't know how it's going to end. And then what's funny is like, I'm thinking to myself, once I saw the reports that like the first 4 episodes were given to reviewers, and then they're gonna the embargo's gonna lift on a certain day. I was like, damn, they got 4 episodes. Damn, that's a lot. I'm thinking that there's at least 8 episodes, but then now just to confirm 6 episodes. I was like, they damn near got 75% of the movie. They got like 70% of the movie or the show. Sorry, but
yeah, and now so at this point on next Thursday, no one knows nothing. So we're all gonna go in at the same time.
Yeah, we're all going in blind.
We're all going in blind. Like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
So
I don't know, man. Do you really think do you think that the rumor that there's a high possibility that the rumor that it leads into Deadpool 3 is true?
Well, because remember, because remember there was reports of Owen Wilson on set of Deadpool.
Yeah.
So we all, of course, we all know the TVA going to survive. We all know that because at some point, Owen Wilson goes after Deadpool for going to different timelines. So we all know that, but it's how it played out, we don't know. But I kind of could see that it's going to lead into there because the way yes, so once everything's figured out with the TVA, once everything's resolved, once Loki either goes back to his original timeline or stays there or whatever, you may hear B-15 says, "Hey, We have another person that's jumping timelines, and we need to stop him. All of a sudden, do you know who it is? On screen pop up the Deadpool's logo.
Dude, so oh man, do you
And that
think
could
I didn't even stop and think about that? Do you really think that
and that could be an end credit scene after at the end of 6. That could be an end credit scene.
yeah? Do you really think that that's how they're gonna end Loki season 2 with him going back and like telling himself, "Don't fucking pick up that cube"?
I don't know. It could.
You know what I mean?
They could.
Don't pick up the cube.
They easily could. It goes in circles. It's like I said, it's continuing around.
Yeah.
But because at the end of the day, we all know Kang is coming no matter what. So
Yeah.
Loki was like,
okay. Or Kangs.
Kangs, yeah. Loki's like, hey, we need to stop all of this. And it started with me by picking up the actual picking up the
Tesseract.
The Tesseract. I need to stop myself. And so he goes back and yeah. Who it's possible.
Yeah. Interesting.
Damn. Like, hey, don't pick it up. You're just having a bad day. Remember that. You're only having a bad day. He could easily tell himself that, bro, it's just a bad day. Just let it go. Just seriously, let it all go. And like, and the original Loki's like, okay, like, all right, sure.
And that could be the reason why he was starting to turn good in Thor 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, and we didn't even talk about this. Oh my God, how do you forget about this? When they captured Brad, that damn speech he gave Loki about him, bro. That shit deep. That shit was deep. He's like, you're nothing. You this and this and this. I was like, oh my, and you see B-15 and Morbius look like,
yeah,
and he just took it. Loki just took it, and I'm like, damn fool. And then he comes back. So I'm a villain, right? Okay, cool. I'm gonna show you how villains I could get. How does machine work? Okay, it's on now. Huh? What's this button? Oh, you in a box. Oh, how you make that box smaller? Let's see here. Yeah. He's like, I'm villainous, right? I'm a mischief, right?
Dude, only for fucking Renslayer to use that shit to squish those fuckers, dude.
That was fucked up.
Yeah, bro. I was like, oh shit.
And bro, and that was so fucked up because B-15 got to those people.
Yeah, she did.
She made them change it, understand what the hell's going on. And she's like, trust me, she's like, she told Renslayer, don't you know, how does it feel that we'd rather die than be on your side? All right, then fuck it. Fuck it, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude, that was pretty deep. Yeah, dude, yeah. And you're all right, dude. The little speech that Brad gave, I was like, oof.
Yeah, if you watch
it burns, but then it's like, but it's not their fault either, right? It's like it's nobody's fault.
And then when Brad fucking got to Morbius, oh my God, the bitch slap, bitch, what you say? Like, what you doing? He's like, yes, he got to me. I'm sorry, he got to me. He's like, oh yeah,
dude, Brad,
yeah, Brad got to both of them quickly.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Fucking Brad.
fucking.
Oh man.
And shit, that and like I enjoyed the I know that night I had McDonald's watching the episode. It was pretty funny. It's like so you brought us here to have was it apple pie and French fries? Something crazy.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, we gotta go. Why are you in rush? Like,
Yeah.
he's like,
No, we
hold
like really
on,
gotta go.
like, hold on, like, oh shit, this
Homegirl was bombing, boy.
she bombed everyone. Oh my gosh, yes, she was. And
Damn, dude.
and luckily that timeline was spared.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Luckily,
very, very true.
luckily it was spared because you could tell even Sylvie was she just wanted she just wanted a normal life. She just
Yeah.
she even told homeboy, "You need to ride home." She's like, "No, my mom's coming." So she's like, "Okay, whatever." Actually, I saw this. I think was it in New York? It was somewhere recently. At McDonald's, actually changed to a night to what 19 was it 1980s McDonald's? It's the same one from the TV show.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was New York somewhere, whatever, where they actually had the costumes of the actors there. They even sold the same price Big Macs and chicken nuggets, everything owes it was actually pretty cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did the whole. It was like a little pop up kind of deal.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. So
cool.
yeah. There's pictures of it online, reports about it, where they actually did the entire McDonald's looks just like the one from the show. Same prices, same type of marketing, the uniforms, and all kind of stuff. So it was actually pretty cool.
Damn. New York and California get everything. What the hell?
Yes, they fucking do, bitches.
Come on. Show some
So
love in Austin. Throw a
yeah,
Loki pop up in Austin. It'll be the fucking bee's knees.
I got my pileys.
And on that note, pop culture fam, we're going to draw this episode to a close. I
Yep.
hope you enjoyed the show as we discuss Loki season 2 so far. I'm your host, Jay Rue, the comic guru, and my brother from another mother.
That's right. Eating that pie, baby. Kung Fu.
We'll see you guys on the next episode, and we're out.
Peace.